Good morning, everyone. Myself, Gaurav Batra, founder of CyberFrat, and this initiative, the call which we have scheduled today, you must have seen that past this has never happened. So this new program we call CXO Connect. So CXO Connect means the CyberFrat has been defined into three core areas where we are doing our webinars and sessions. So the first is the emerging technologies, second is cybersecurity, and then risk management. So either of these core areas, either every month we will be doing CXO Connect with one of the leading leader from the corporate world. Either he will be a CTO, CISO, or CRO, and he will be coming up with a amazing topic from that particular industry or from that particular domain, and also will be talking to all the community members, our, answering their questions, mentoring and grooming them that how to we be in the business ready, or if they have any questions related to career advancement, knowledge sharing, or anything. So that is the what we are trying to make a model that with this across India, anyone who wants to connect to the leaders of the corporate. So like maybe people who are in Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune get these chances, but somewhere if someone in my native place in Patiala, someone is sitting and for him talking to a CISO of an organization who just he has seen is advantage we want to bring on. So with this, I will really like to thank Amit Ghodekar for inviting or accepting our first invitation. So Amit Ghodekar is a CISO and VP with the Motilal Oswal, and he has agreed to do this inaugural session with us. So what the how the format it's gonna be like? I will be giving this now to Amit to take it over. But during the session, if you have any question, you can put it on Twitter with hashtag CyberFrat and hashtag Ask Amit. And also, if you want to talk here and if you have any question, right now I have muted you all. You can raise your hand. I will unmute you and we can do this conversation. Okay. So, Amit, over to you. And first of all, thank you for coming in and taking this our invitation, accepting our invitation.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Amit Ghodekar, and I'm the Senior Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer of Motilal Oswal Financial Services Limited. I'm really thankful to Gaurav and the entire management of CyberFrat for giving me invitation to be the first person to deliver the CXO session for the CyberFrat community. I wanted to be part of CyberFrat community since long. Somehow it was not happening, and I'm really sorry to Gaurav for my delay in conducting this session. Actually, this was long pending since last 1 month, but nevertheless, we are having this session today, and this session will be more of my learning in the cybersecurity domain and what I have learned over the period of time. What are the things which are actually changing our life and how we are going to evolve in the journey of cybersecurity when it comes to digital safety. And more or less, I will talk about my experiences, what I have learned over the period of time, and what I have learned in my existing organization, and probably as a community, what all things we should take care about cybersecurity, or what kind of things which we should look at from a broader perspective. So I would like to kick off this session. If you can see the PPT, the name of this session is Digital Safety in the Scareful Journey of Cybersecurity. When I say Scareful Journey of Cybersecurity, over the period of last 4 or 5 years, since I have joined the current organization, I have seen one most important thing is that cybersecurity has become a very scareful. Earlier, it was basically a like it was kind of a thing which was actually making only for money. Cyber criminals were used to do only making money. But now, if you can see the journey in last 4 or 5 years, it has become more scareful. And the reason of this careful journey is digital transformation. So the digital transformation is happening across the globe in various institutions, and this because of this, the journey has become really very careful. So the today's topic is uh, digital safety in the careful journey of cybersecurity. I also have my couple of colleagues in this session. So they are, pillars of my organization, and they will be also, going through this session. And if they found that they wanted to do some inputs, they will be also giving. So I have Mangesh with me, and I have Kunal with me. So they are also there with me right now for this session. So we'll start this session. I told you about where I'm working. I work for Motilal Oswal Financial Services Limited. We are the financial conglomerate of India, around $1.3 billion market cap company, and we have 7 businesses. I don't want it to talk much about me, but for me, security is something like eat, sleep, and drink. Like every day, I just do think about cybersecurity itself and nothing more. And that's why I like to love and I like to be part of this particular ecosystem where I can contribute for cybersecurity. Now moving to next thing, we are really really living in the VUCA world right now. I am pretty much sure everyone would be aware about what is VUCA. So VUCA is something like volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So we are living in a very volatile world, and I just wanted to give you a recent thing which is happening across the globe and which has created a lot of things in this VUCA terminology. We are all aware about the COVID-19 and the coronavirus. What is it is happening? So we know that thousands of people have actually lost their life. Lakhs of people have suffered because of this disease, and the entire global economy is actually taken a big problematic stage right now because of corona. And that's why there is a volatility in the world, and there is also an uncertainty means we don't know what is going to happen next. Because of that, there has been a lot of complexities like nowadays, even if we wanted to travel, we have to think about whether we wanted to travel, or the organization, if they wanted to take some call, they have to look at the complexity because of this disease. And there is a lot of ambiguity as well. But if you can see in this VUCA world, I mean, like if we just wanted to take an example of this corona or COVID-19, what is happening right now is even the cyber criminals are also taking advantage out of it. So you must be knowing that there is a lot of phishing mails which are coming, and there are a lot of communications are happening wherein the normal people are thinking that these are genuine mails, but those are phishing mails sent by the name of how to take safety in the coronavirus, or what to do when there is a COVID-19 infection. People are clicking on those links and they are getting infected. There have been certain reports from globe that certain systems have been compromised because of these phishing mails of COVID-19. So cyber criminals are also aware that how they can actually utilize this event, and they can become big. So that's why I say that we are living in a VUCA world. VUCA world means every time whenever there is some kind of a thing or some kind of a global event is happening, at the same time the bad people are also ready to you know take this as an opportunity and exploit it. So let's move to the next slide. So I just wanted to give you an example about what is happening about in our personal life. You all must be aware that Samsung have recently launched an S20 Ultra 100x zoom device. So I just wanted to play one small video over here, and then probably we can actually okay, I think the video is not been able to play. But if you must be aware about what miracle this Samsung Ultra 100x zoom device can do. So I have seen some you know I have seen some videos of this particular device, and the man who is standing on the very tall building, he is able to take a video or a photo almost like 1 or 2 kilometers long from his distance. So even if a couple of people, I have seen one video wherein a person who is actually sitting on a boat, and the person who is sitting on a tall building, he is able to take video of that person who is sitting on that particular boat, and very clearly he can also shoot him. So, in fact, I have written one article also recently on this particular topic, that because of this kind of a devices, what is happening is that there is definitely a user level experience is getting increased. We are getting a lot of new features, but at the same time, our privacy is getting completely diluted. So we don't have any privacy. You just can imagine that someone who is sitting 4 miles or 2 miles away from you, and you are talking with your friend, and he is able to capture your movement. So what is going to happen with your privacy? So we are living in this kind of a world. So that's why I said that we are living in a VUCA world. So there is a lot of uncertainty. Even suppose if you think, you may say that what is the disadvantage which we can have for this. You can just imagine that if a cyber criminal or a sophisticated criminal wanted to track your activities, he don't require a very complex devices. He just have to take this device, and he can probably track your movements. He can take your photos, he can take your videos, and then if you wanted to do some criminal activity, he can very easily do that. So that's why the hardwares and the softwares in the world, they are becoming very powerful. And because of that, uh, what is happening is that we are really becoming very it is becoming very difficult for us to live in this particular world, and consider what kind of a digital safety we should have. So today's session is all about digital safety, and when we talk about digital, it is from my perspective, digital is nothing but millennials. What I mean by millennial is the people, the young generation who is actually taking advantage of the digital ecosystem. Now, first and foremost thing, when I talk about digital, the most important thing which comes to my mind is only about a mobility device, nothing else. Because if you can see, the mobility devices have actually changed our life. So we are actually 24 by 7 on mobile, and we are always connected, and we are always doing something new using the mobile phones. And that's why, for me, the definition of digital is nothing but mobility, and the definition of digital is nothing but millennials. The millennials who are actually, generating a business for the big corporates. When I say, I wanted to give you this very simple statement, that digital is equal to millennial. Why? Because take an example of social networking platforms like WhatsApp or Facebook. They are mostly lingering around what the millennials are looking out for, what the new generation is looking out for, and they are actually providing their services according to that. You can look at the instant messaging services like Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. They are also very digitally inclined toward the millennials. If you can see the photo and video sharing apps like Instagram, over there also the new innovations or the new things which are coming, those are mostly targeted to the millennials. Like uh, organizations like GPay, who are helping the people to do instant money transfer, they are also looking out that how millennials can be benefited. In fact, I will give an example that Swiggy, which is one of the leading food servicing app, that was actually based on the requirements of the millennials. Airbnb and Uber is not separate like that. And I will give my own company's example. So whenever we are launching any services, we are looking out at what the millennials are looking out for. So I just wanted to emphasize one thing, that India have largest number of young people in the world. So we have, I think 35% people in India are actually belongs to very young generation. So the organizations, what they are looking out, that they are looking out that what kind of a services which we can offer to these customers, so that they can be happy or they can be easily use our services. So that's why the only mantra for digital is millennials. There are a lot of things which are happening in the digital world. Like people say that okay, I have done a digital transformation. When I ask them what you have done exactly in digital transformation, they say that we have implemented robotic process automation, or we have done the great CX experience, customer experience, or we have given some chatbots for the customer to make their queries. But I don't think so. These are the relevant things. These are these are definitely the relevant things, but those are not actually the digital things. When I say digital, digital means very simple, that how you are going to attract the millennials, what kind of a service you are going to the millennials so that they can use your services. And because of this, there's a lot of pressure on security. So when I say pressure, you can see there are three basic impacts are happening because of digitalization. One is about privacy. I just given an example to you about Samsung S20, that how our privacy is getting hampered. Then I also given example. I also said about, like, what kind of impacts which are happening now in terms of social. Social means, like, how our life is getting changed because of the digitalization. Earlier, when we actually, when WhatsApp was not there in our life, what we used to do is that we used to talk a lot on our mobile phones or our landline phones. But now, since the WhatsApp, WhatsApp thing has come in our life, what we have done is that our day start with WhatsApp good morning messages, and our day ends at the good night messages of WhatsApp. We are very less connected with our friend in actuality, but we are very highly connected with our friends on Facebook or WhatsApp or the other social network platforms. So digitalization have actually changed the entire ecosystem of sociality. It has taken a 360-degree change in the the relationship between our friends or families or the entire ecosystem of social. I had recently participated in one of the school, SNDT school, and I got an opportunity to speak with the principal of that university. And she was telling me that, Amit, I have seen one thing, that the next generation, they are very less talkative. They never come to us, they never talk to us, they never share their problems, they never say that what they want, but they're always on the mobile. So it is very difficult for us to gauge what they're looking out for. So on a broader level, this is the social impact because of digital. And financial, that there is a huge impact on financial. Every other day we come to know that some bank is getting cyber attack, or some financial institution is getting cyber attack, or some cyber criminal have actually defrauded some person. So these kind of things which are happening very regularly, and I think in a month we get a lot of such kind of cases. So these are the basic three impacts are there. And I just wanted to give you one thing, that in the previous world, the humankind, required to only three things. One was about the food, the clothes, the house, and they required to have a security to safeguard themselves against the animals. Right, that was in the stone age, when we required to have a security, we required to have security from the animal. But nowadays what we required to have a security only from viruses which affect the body, like flu, viral fever, influenza, or the latest one is the corona. So we required a security right now from this, and we also required to have a safeguard against the viruses which are happening in the digital world, like the viruses like the spyware, the malware, the ransomware. So the world is talking about two things. One is about ransomware, and second is about the corona. So these are the two things which are affecting the world. One is the virus, which is completely destroying the human body, and second, which is destroying the human digital life and the mind. So this is what it is happening across the globe. So just to move forward, I think everyone is aware about this viral face app challenge, right? And this was happened, and no one thought that what is going to happen with us after this viral face app challenge. So people actually, when this app came on the Facebook, people immediately started using this particular app to look at that how I will look when I will become old. Okay, so I don't know, like, if I didn't never try this, but what was the most important thing when people look at this particular app was that who are the celebrities who are using this application, and when they saw their photos, the curiosity automatically ignited them to use this particular application, and they also uploaded their photos, and they tried to see that what they are looking out, but they actually forgot that what is this application is all about and what all things it is taking care about. So after this particular FaceApp viral FaceApp challenge, there were a lot of report came, and they said that this particular app have actually steal your information about your name, mobile number, email address, your current face. Most important is about your current face. So these all information this particular application taken from you. So the big impact was that no one actually understood what is happening. They just given the information, and then their entire history, geography, and their details were actually shared. So this is what people are doing nowadays in the arena of digital. People are forgetting what are the basic fundamental, and they are just giving the details to anyone. Moving forward, I just wanted to give you a story about my own self, and this is something very interesting story I wanted to give actually. And I in a lot of last 3-4 conferences I have given this story about myself. So this story actually started something similar webinar which I was doing with one of the leading antivirus provider. And after this webinar, actually this team actually given me two small token of appreciations. And there was, I asked them that what is there in this box. So they said that there is something which you can use in your day-to-day life. So I said, okay, fine. And then there was a big box and there was a small box. So I asked them, what is there in this small box? So then this person said to me, sir, there is a pen in this particular box. I said, fine, let me check it out. And then I taken this both of the stuffs to my home. When I came back to my home, uh, my daughter, actually she's just 6 year old. She came and usually she opened my bag every day. So similar like that, on the same day she opened my bag, and she found these two stuffs. The box was actually sealed, so she opened. In one box there was a pen, and in another box there was a lunch box. So she actually taken the pen. She actually played with the pen for some time, and then after her she lost her interest. Then she actually given it back to me. I saw that lunchbox. It was very this is the exact lunchbox it was. So I saw that lunchbox and I found it really very nice. So I just went to my kitchen and given that box to my wife. And my wife asked me. She was actually doing her household stuff. She asked me, "What is there in this?" I said, "It looks like a lunchbox." Then I opened the box and it was a lunchbox. And she asked me, "It looks to be very nice actually." I say, "It's very nice actually. It's a very good brand, I say." And I was not knowing about this brand earlier. I was looking at this particular first time about this brand. So usual housewife thinking. She asked me, "What is the name of the company?" So I said, "Via." And she said, "I also don't know about this box." Well, yeah, really. Then she asked me what kind of a price it should have. I said, "Don't know yet, but I think it should be costly." And then she asked me again one new question: "What we are going to do with the lunch box which I have bought you for just 3 days back?" And I said, "Let's use that because it's a nice box. I will use this box later on. So let's keep it." And then we kept that lunch box in our shelf, and the story ended on that day. Then it was, I think, a Thursday. Then Friday went off, and Saturday I started my home PC. I have 3-4 devices in my house, so I started my home PC. And usually I start my home PC only for writing articles. I write a lot of articles for newspapers. So on that day, I open my PC to write an article. So I opened the PC. I started working on the PC, and then after some time, I wanted to have some information. So I just open Google and I search. And when I click on the search, and after the search result came, I opened that website and went on the website, and then bang, on the very left side and on the very right side, the advertisement of this Via Lunchbox appeared, and I was shocked. I was shocked to see that why this Lunchbox ad has come. Well, I was really surprised. And then what I did, I started my personal laptop again. It is at my home, and I did the same thing on the same laptop. Also, the same Via Lunchbox ad came. Then on the similar thing, this Lunchbox ad also came on my mobile browser also after some time. So I was very surprised. So I asked my wife that have you searched anything related to this lunchbox on Google or anywhere? She said no, because I thought that probably she was curious about the price. So she might have actually asked for the, she might have searched for it. But she clearly said to me that, no, Amit, I did not search this lunchbox on any of the devices, even on my phone as well. So it was very clear. Then I asked my son as well. Usually he don't use PC and all, but still I asked him that, have you searched? He said, no, no, Dad, I did not did. My daughter is very small, so she was not having any idea about how to search and all. So the question was, completed over there and there itself. Now, after that incident, I was really very shocked and scared because I was not knowing that what is happened actually. I mean, like how Google came to know that I have some via lunchbox or I am searching for something. Then I actually taken a lot of information. I tried to dig it out, but I could not get the answer actually. I searched a lot of forums. Then I spoken with a lot of friends, but I was very clueless that what is exactly happened because of this has come. Then one of my friend who was actually he's a CEO of one very good startup actually. Then he's a very good security researcher as well. So then in offline conversation, I told him about this story that, "Okay, this has happened with me. So what kind of a things it have?" So he told me his story. He said, Amit, exactly same thing has also happened with me just 15 days back. So he said that he was sitting with his friend in US and they were talking something, and they were discussing about some business proposal. And after that, then he said, okay, I wanted to go for a vacation. So his friend said, oh yeah, I also wanted to go for a vacation. And both of them were very good friends. In our language, jigri dost. So he said, I also wanted to go for a vacation. So they actually thought, kidhar jate hain, where we should go for a uh, vacation, some unique destination we want. And then his friend said, why not we go to Alaska? It's a unique destination. He said, yeah, I agree. We should go to Alaska. It's really a unique destination. And then they started thinking about Alaska. And from very next day, right from Instagram, Facebook, Google, everywhere Alaska vacations, advertisements start coming. So he said, Amit, it's not, there is no criminal in this world who has stolen your information. It is your mobile phone who has stolen your information. And then I recollected the entire, I went back and I recollected all the events, and I remembered that when I was speaking with my wife in my kitchen, my mobile phone was there on the in the kitchen, and when we were talking, so I realized that probably some of the app in my mobile phone must have captured that about this lunchbox, which is very unique, and then probably it have started giving this information like the Alaska vacation. So this is all about. So that's why I said that we are living in a very scary world. The world is very scary. We don't know what is going to happen with us, and there are new tricks which the systems are using to gain the information which we have, and probably the similar informations the cyber criminals are also using, so that they can also gain from it. So that is what it is. Then going next about biometric sensors. So this is also a very interesting thing. One of my very good friend, he is a data scientist in one of the very leading multinational bank, and he told me three things actually. One is about the biometric sensor, and then the mobile face ID. So I will tell you about first biometric sensor. So he told me, Amit, just wanted to give an information that what the mobile phones are doing with our biometric sensors. So I said we are using it for opening and closing, like unlocking and locking the device. Yeah, he said right, but he said that there is something beyond which is happening in the world. And I said what it is. Well, he said there are the biometric sensors and the mobile face IDs. These are also captured for our medical purposes. I said I don't know about it. So he said, our body have a unique, recognition about your, our, like our face or our hand or our, fingers. So the devices are so much capable now that they can do anything. So he given me an example. So he said that, whenever we click on our mobile phones display, and our biometrics sensors take the information of our thumb, that particular point of time, it also capture the movement of our blood. So he said, when our kidney is supposed to get fail, or our kidney is going to get damaged, at some interval of time our biometrics get changed, and the devices become so capable now that they can predict that over the period of how much time this person's kidney is going to get failed, collecting the information of your biometric. Similarly, your face id, whenever we actually use our face id on the mobile phone, the retina, they also capture our retina. Some of the mobiles are also having a capability to capture the retina as well. So this particular devices also capture our retina movements. So there are a lot of, even Google also have one company, actually they have formed one company, and before Cambridge Analytica matter happened, they used to do this in a big way, that they used to use our medical information. So when we actually, when the mobile companies actually, mobile devices capture the retina, they also capture the movement of the retina. Now, what is going to happen because of that? Suppose if any person is going to have a heart disease, or if any person is going to have a heart attack, his blood movement in the retina changes totally differently. And the pattern in which the devices capture your movement of retina, they can predict over the period of time. This is the success of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So over the period of time, if you are continuously and successfully every day you are using your face id, or your facial devices, and your system is having the track of it, over the period of time your devices can actually tell you that over the period of time how, in how many days or years your heart is going to fail, or if you are going to have a heart attack. So that kind of a powerfulness this particular systems are having. So you may say that what is the purpose of it? So there were two, three different purposes were there when this particular algorithms and mechanisms were built. One was definitely to serve the mankind, that whether he is going to have some kind of a disease in future, or give him alert. Second was even to give this information to the hospitals, that in a timely manner the patient can be served. And third was also about the insurance companies, which was a commercial use. So commercial use means, suppose if any person is going to have some kind of a problem in the future, if some person is going to have some kind of a medical problem in the future, the insurance companies can actually give the insurance at a higher rate, or they can probably not give the insurance at all. So these were the three things which were actually thought behind developing this particular system. Now, because of the Cambridge Analytica matter, this particular entire stuff was taken back, and I don't know whether there is any movement happening on this, but you can just think about that. While using our day-to-day applications, what the mobile companies are doing with our data. So your fingerprints, or your biometric device, biometrics things, or your retina, or your face IDs, they can be used, and they can be used by these companies. Now just imagine this can be also used by the cyber criminals as well. So when we are talking about digital, we have to look at these aspects as well. So when we are becoming highly digital, what is happening with our world is that we are giving everything to everyone, but at the same time we are not aware that what is going to be happen with our data, and how it can be used or misused. So these are the couple of things which I wanted to tell you. And about smartwatch. So I think everyone is using about smartwatch is also tracking a lot of our health related information. It is tracking about our heart rate. It is talking about your height, weight, and your fitness details. Probably many of the peoples are even inserting the detail about some of their medical problems, like what kind of a disease they are having and all those things. So this was the news which came, that hackers can track you via Fitbit and other smartbands. So this device, like smartwatch, is a digital device which we are using, and the hackers are now tracking us with this help of this particular digital devices. So we are becoming so much digital, but we are becoming so unsecure. And even uh, these particular devices are also having our contact list and payment data and so on and so forth. So you just can think about that, if this digital device is lost or stolen or hacked, then what can happen with you. So this is how. and that is what is happening in our world. Going to about the next thing, and which is very scary actually, and which came to uh, one of my reading, that smart TV hack. Now hackers have entered in our bedrooms. They have made the video of husband and wife's personal moments, and this particular news has come in our our highest Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So there is one MP who have actually taken this particular point in July last year, that hackers have actually entered in the bedroom. They have hacked the hacked the smart TV, and they have actually taken the video of the husband and wife uh, on their personal things. So you can just imagine that if the hackers are able to hack your smart TV and your smart watch and your your mobile phones, etc., etc., then how much costly digital is becoming to us. So just to move ahead, I also read in one story about hacking of a pacemaker. So someone in US actually hacked the pacemaker of his dad, and actually he threatened to take his life if you don't give some kind of a money. So even the pacemakers are getting hacked, which are actually controlling the heart rates. Similarly, I also heard one news about the hacking of insulin pumps, which are like the insulin pumps which are used for the purpose of controlling the sugar in your blood. So I have heard about the story of insulin pumps are also getting hacked. I also heard about a lot of story about car hacking. So we are a lot of nowadays we are talking about smart cars like MG Hector. We are talking about Kia Seltos. They are internet connected. They are having most of the features which are controlled using internet connection, and they are completely digital. But I have heard a lot of stories about car hacking, and one of the story which I heard about is in Middle East, and I have searched about this, but this is a true story, and which is a very authentic story of a very and it was about a Range Rover car actually was hacked of a very rich person, and the particular person who was actually driving this car was actually asked to pay a ransom on a real time to make himself free from that particular incident. Otherwise, probably his life would have gone. So this was a real story which happened in Middle East. It was never published or not that much publicized actually, but it was real. So even the cars are getting hacked. And going forward, what all things can be hacked? So if you can see, CCTV cameras are getting hacked. We have seen a lot of movies. We have seen a lot of web series in which the cyber criminals are hacking the CCTV cameras and entering in the building. We have seen Wi-Fi hack, so it has become a child's game nowadays. Even the home, in the home we are using a lot of deposit for keeping our personal belongings in the safe. Those safes are also getting hacked. So everything is getting hacked, and we are really living in a very scareful world, which is completely digital. So there is no go away from it. Now, I will just wanted to give an example. Going beyond this, I just wanted to give you one more example about even the applications which are there on the Google Play. Those are also not authentic. So this is an example of an application of the electricity board, which was a fake application, which was actually on the Google Play, and people actually thought that this is a genuine app, and they actually made the payments using this particular app, but the payment was not really made from the for that particular electricity board. It was a fake application, so people lost money on that particular platform. So even the applications are fake. We know a lot of about cyber war. So when we talk about cyber war, when last year in February, Pulwama attack happened, at that particular point of time, you must be aware that a lot of cyber attacks were happened. In fact, after almost a month after that, there were a lot of cyber attacks happened, and even the Pakistani army and their foreign ministry websites were hacked. Even our some of our websites were also hacked. So tomorrow's world is nowhere going to remain a world of war of two countries when it comes to human war. It is more going to happen on a cyber, and even if you can see the coronavirus or COVID-19, which is the way it is exploiting the world, even the cyber criminals are also exploiting the world using that particular opportunity. So tomorrow, if something is going to happen in the cyber world, and if something is going to destroy the world, the one most important aspect will be the cyber war, or the the kind of crimes which are going to happen on cyber. So we have to be really cautious about it. And the most important thing is that what is going to happen, because it is going to happen, is the digital. So digital is going to make a big impact on this kind of wars. We have seen a lot of movies on cybercrime. We have seen Die Hard 4. We have seen there is a series on Crime Patrol. Mr. Robot was a classic example. And Jamtara, I think everyone is aware about that, what kind of a story it has come. So people have actually started making movies. They are monetizing. When I saw Die Hard 4 10 years back, I never thought that this kind of a situation will come in the world anytime, and this kind of a world it will be in the future. But when I see today, I see that even Die Hard 4 was very earlier stage. Probably we will be having a big thing which is going to come in the future. Now going to about, like, you must be aware about this recent Facebook hack. So I think everyone is aware about Mark Zuckerberg. So Mark Zuckerberg is the world's most powerful person, and he is the one who, he is the CEO, and he is the owner of Facebook, who actually created Facebook. But this guy was actually asked by a cyber criminal or a hacker, and he was threatened by the cyber hacker that his page will be he have he have something in his hand so that his page can be taken down. So cyber criminals on a digital platform are threatening the world's most powerful person, that your page can be taken down. I can take your page down in 24 hours if my things are not sorted out. So if world's most powerful person and most intelligent person and most even a person who is having most rich person is attacked or as threatened by the cyber criminals, then probably you and me are nothing. So probably we can be taken down by any cyber criminal at any point of time. Then going next, so what is digital innovation is all about? So when we talk about digital, so there are only three things are there, which I said about the privacy and the social and the financial. But what is digital innovation is all about? There are four names which I am keeping in front of you. One is Uber, Airbnb, Facebook, and Alibaba. So if you can see about Uber, Uber owns zero vehicles. Uber don't have any vehicle actually. Or Airbnb, they don't own any real estate. Facebook don't own any content, and Alibaba owns zero inventory. But still, they are very successful. Why? Because only three things. One is about the innovative business model. Innovative business model means what? When we talk about Uber or Ola, what is the innovative model? The innovative model is that I wanted to travel from one place to another place. I have to just go on the Uber application. I have to just select my current. I have to just select the destination where I wanted to go, and I have to just click OK. That's it. And within few moments, the car will come and it will take me. So that is the innovative business model. Then they have latest technologies. Latest technology means like they are using any sort of a technology. You can see they're tracking your location, they're tracking about your choices. Now nowadays when I travel by Uber or Ola, they know that what kind of a songs I like or what kind of a food I like. So according to that, they actually provide me the options. And third is about the great customer experience. You must have seen the Uber application or Ola application, or for that matter, Airbnb application. Airbnb application is a great customer experience application. It actually, it is very easy to navigate. Even a child or a very elderly person can easily try this application. They can search for the hotels where they wanted to go, and they can book it very easily. So they have a great customer experience. So everything is there. Because of that, digital innovation is happening. But still, they are getting hacked. So if you can see, despite of investing in cybersecurity, still the companies are getting hacked. And these are the names which are hacked over the period of time. Any name like Microsoft, JP Morgan, or Twitter, or take an example of Vodafone. These are the big names, and these have invested very heavily in the cybersecurity, but still they got hacked. Now these companies, if you can think about these companies, they are having everything. They are having the latest technologies. They are having the best in class talent with them. They are having the money to invest in cybersecurity. But still cybersecurity is getting challenged by the cyber criminals, because the cyber criminals are, everyone is saying that cyber criminals are 10 step ahead to us. But I say that probably cyber criminals are 100 step ahead to us. And that's why these are the things which they are doing. So there is no rescue for us. There is no, there is nothing which we can say that it is very easy and the world is very simple. It's not like that. We are living in a VUCA world, as I said earlier, and the possibility of the chances are that maybe not today, but tomorrow we may get hacked, and that is because of the digital. Now, what is the impact of digital revolution? These are some of the stats which I wanted to put in front of you. So, 47% of the total employment is at risk from the computerization because of the next in the next decade. This is the study of Oxford University. By 2029, robots will have reached human level of intelligence. This is the statement of one of the very powerful person. He's the director of engineering at Google, and even the same thing was also given by one of my friend who is the data intelligence head at one particular place. So he also said that the robots will probably reach at the human level of intelligence in next one decade, and in 2030, 90% of the jobs as we know from them today will be replaced by smart machines. This is one of the things which Gartner is saying. So 90% of the jobs which we are knowing right this point of time, those will be totally replaced by uh, uh, the robots. And even we know that many of the companies are now doing, there are many of the companies which are now using a lot of robotic process automations because of this. The people are doing totally different than what they were doing earlier. The classic example of my own organization, so we are using chatbot at a very great level. So the customer queries which we are handling right now, so those are mostly taken care by the chatbot instead of the humans, and that has materialized in a great success. So a lot of things are happening in the digital revolution. When we talk about digital as India perspective, that also is uh, taking shape at a great level. India is among the top two countries globally on many dimension of digital adoption. So we are number two right now in digital adoption. We have 1.2 billion people in the largest digital identity program, which we say as Aadhaar. Then we have 12.3 billion app downloads. This is 2018 number. Then we have 1.7 billion wireless phone subscribers, 560 million internet subscribers, then 354 million smartphone devices, and 294 million users engaged in a social media. So these are some of the things which are actually contributing in the digital India success. And thanks to our government, which have a really good vision of taking India on a digital path, that is creating a huge success for us. But this digital is creating a lot of problems. Even as I said earlier, so this digital is creating what? So this digital is also creating a problem that our cyber crime in India is increasing. So if you can see, the majority of the cyber crimes are centered on fraud and phishings. India is the third most targeted country for phishing attack after US and UK. So this is a very important thing which we should know. Social network as well as e-commerce sites are the major targets in India because of digital revolution. We have 6.9 million bot infected systems. Then we have around 25,000 website defacements every year in last 2 3 years. That is what I come to know. And in last year we have around 7,000 and 5,000 .com and .in domains were defaced. But the most important point over here to make it is that India is the number one country in the world for generating spams. So we are the number one country in the world who is generating spams. So it's not like that we are getting attacked, but we are also attacking. So people, as the cyber criminals which are sitting in India, they are generating spams and they are creating a cyber crime. So this is something which is very important thing what we have to look at. Uh, Bangalore is India's cybercrime capital. So that is something which I came to know. In Bangalore, there were around 5,000 cases were reported in 2018, and After that, it is Mumbai. So our own Mumbai is also not far behind. We have also around 3,000 cases registered till September 2018. So there is a high number of cybercrime cases which are happening. Then these are some of the cybercrime frauds, and if you can see these cybercrime frauds, you can look at it that most of the cybercrime frauds are happen uh, either on the financial systems or they are happen through a mobility devices. So SIM swap, we know about it. Then cyber attack on Bank of Bangladesh, this is a classic example of how cyber attack can happen. Cyber attack on Cosmos Bank, which is in our own India. Then ATM system which got hacked in Kolkata. Phishing attack on Wipro, which was one of the things which happened. And the most important is about our own big Amitabh Bachchan's Twitter account was hacked. And WannaCry and ransomware attacks, which are happening since long now. So if you can see, we are sitting on a ticking time bomb called as internet. And this internet and digital is actually creating a lot of problems in our lives. And because of that, there are a lot of cyber crimes are happening. This is one of the very recent case, last year case only, that one Mumbai businessman lost 1.86 crore rupees to SIM swap fraud. SIM swap fraud which was happened with him, and he lost almost 2 crore rupees. And one most case was about what we are talking is about the WhatsApp call sniffing. So this is something which is very unique, that the calls which we are making on WhatsApp, those were also getting, those were also getting hacked, or those were also someone was actually using this particular calls. So I personally feel that when I look at this entire ecosystem and the cyber security and the way the cyber security is getting challenged by various ways and means, I feel that where we are heading actually, because it seems that the cyber crime is increasing day by day, and the things which are happening around us, there is nothing secure. If we can have WhatsApp kind of a system, it is also not secure. Then what is secure? So we should actually ask us that what should we use and what should not use. Then this is one very classic case, and this has happened with our Chief Justice, Mr. R.M. Lodha. So he was also, he was also made fool by the cyber criminal for 1 lakh rupees. So he is the retired Chief Justice of India, and he got a spoofing mail, and the mail came from the Supreme Court Judge B.P. Singh, and he asked for 1 lakh rupees, and then he given him, and then it came that you know this particular Mr. BP Singh's email was hacked and spoofed, and it was sent to the Chief Justice Mr. R.M. Lodha, and he thought that it is a genuine mail, and he given the money. So the highest level of people like Big B or Mr. Lodha, those are also getting hacked, and those are also getting challenged by the cyber criminal guys. Then it is very difficult for us to live in this connected world. So that is what is happening around us. So if you can see the recent cyber attack, and this is very classic thing. Like I just wanted to emphasize on this particular case. So after Asia Cup defeat, Bangladesh fans were so unhappy that they actually hacked the Virat Kohli's website. So Mr. Das, who was their player, Liton Das, he was actually given wrongly out in that particular match, which probably Bangladesh would have won. And then after that, India won that match, and India won Asia Cup. The Bangladeshi fans were so unhappy that they hacked the website of Virat Kohli, and they actually put it out this message also on his website, that hacked by CSI. Now, what was the reason? Because of revenge. They wanted to take a revenge. That they thought that Virat Kohli the particular episode, and it was something. So cyber war is happening.
Amit, suddenly your voice is
So
breaking and it's
we are
somewhere
talking about
affecting.
that. So now we are almost on the concluding stage of this particular webinar from my
Amit, you
side.
able to hear us?
So when we are connected to internet and cyber, what are the things which we should do? So there are certain things which we should do to remain safe. There are a lot of things which we can, but I personally feel that if you can just focus on this problem.
Amit, are you able to hear us?
So first and foremost, that now like we have antivirus. We should also have antivirus devices because, as I said, that our mobile devices are the maximum impacts on our life. They are changing our life. Okay? So we should have strong for our devices. Then we should keep an alert on should keep an alert on alerts comes to us. Most of the times we never look at those alerts. So we just uh, forget it. We should block the stranger calls which we are getting. Then most important is we have to be alert on unusual behaviors on our mobile, like the unusual text messages, strange charges to the phone bills. And this is last most important thing about the things back to the life. So this is something which I want to emphasize on and I will tell you all about. See, whenever there is a problem is happening, first thing that
Amit, can you hear us?
mobile phone, most important thing happens is that your battery life will decrease. Because what happens if someone is going to hack your mobile phone, probably you must have hardware, system in your mobile phone, and which will consume battery. So eventually, you should be alert that battery is getting low, your battery is getting low. Then what is the reason of that? And if there is some drastic change to it, you should watch it. I heard that ki even Chinese government is tracking the battery life of the people who are living in China. So that's really good to know about some of the things what the government is doing. So
Amit, you able to hear me now?
yeah, I'm able to hear you now.
Yeah, actually, your voice was breaking fully. That's why we were trying to reach you.
Now you are able to hear me.
Yes, it's working fine now. Seems
So
so.
should I
Something
recap
happened.
or like what?
I think that's fine. Maybe this slide only, like last 1 minute or we were not able to hear you.
Acha, last 1 minute. Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Fine. So I will continue from here then.
Yep. Okay.
Huh? Yeah. So so what I was saying about what I was going through about the unusual behaviors on your phone. So unusual text messages, train charges, phone bills, decreased battery life is something what you have to look at it. So that is really very important. The next is about how to protect yourself. So a lot of things have happened. So cybercrime reporting portal has been created by the central government, and you can actually complain about your if there is an incident which is happening in your cyber related to cybercrime. You can actually report it to the cybercrime portal. Probably they can assist you. Apart from that, you can also report phishing to Maharashtra Cyber Anti-Phishing Unit. There is a website, reportphishing.in, wherein you can report this kind of things like, did you visit a fraud website, did you receive a fraud phone call, did you receive a fraud email, Did you receive a fraud SMS? Did you come across a fraud of social media post? Your fraud had happened through other sources. You can report on the report phishing portal as well. So these are some of the government initiatives. I am pretty much sure that you must have seen this Netflix series, The Great Hack, which was around the Cambridge Analytica matter, which was happened in the US, wherein how Mr. Donald Trump won the election, and when the entire world was thinking that Miss Hillary Clinton will win the election, but Mr. Donald Trump the election only on the power of social media. So I think at least every cyber security person should watch this series. This is really a knowledge and very good series for us to understand what social media and digital can do to transform the things when it comes to changing the election dynamics or changing the complete ecosystem of the world. If the social media is playing a great role, then and digital is playing great role, then it can play a great role in our lives as well. So this is something which is very important. And the last is about now we can probably look at about the career in cybersecurity. That was something which I wanted to share with you. And in last my career, in last my 10 years careers in cybersecurity, I have learned a lot of things. So there are a lot of cool jobs are there in cybersecurity. There is a very bright future for the people who are either studying in cybersecurity or working in cybersecurity. So we have a great opportunity to excel ourselves in cybersecurity domains. So these are some of the coolest jobs which I have seen recently. One is about the forensic part, digital forensic analyst, something which is really fascinating career profile. Then there is a lot of demand for penetration testers, then systems and networks specifically, and then there are a lot of demand for application penetration testers. Then there is a huge demand in cybersecurity operations center analyst. If you can see, most of the big companies are investing heavily in the cybersecurity operations center, domain. So there is a huge demand in that. There are a lot of captive SOCs are getting open in India. Actually, a lot of foreign national companies now are investing in India. They are actually opening their SOC in India. So there will be a lot of demand in SOC analyst over the period of time. Then a lot of demand is there in cyber defenders, cyber security engineers, and ICS. We have a lot of demand for hunters, specifically for incident response. So many of the companies are also looking out people who are actually doing an investigation after the incident. So they are the hunters. Cybersecurity architect. This is also something which is booming up. Just wanted to tell you about cybersecurity architect. This particular profile is really very challenging profile. If you are really looking out to make a career in this particular area, it is very niche profile, but you really require to have a lot of knowledge about systems, network, application, and overall the architecture of your cybersecurity domain. But over the period of time, this particular profile will also pay a lot. Then security savvy software developers. This is something which is a very unique thing actually. So nowadays even companies are looking out for software developers who are who are aware about cyber security, or they are aware about software development life cycle in terms of security. Malware analyst and reverse engineers are also something which the companies are looking out for. And there is a huge demand for technical directors and CISO. So at the very highest level of the security paradigm, that is the CISO or the director, there is a lot of demand for this particular profile. Some I have seen a lot of reports, and by next 3 years, there will be a huge demand in cybersecurity career and jobs. So this is really a booming field, and the aspirants who are looking out to have a career in cybersecurity, they have to just focus on some of these 10 domains where they can work on, and they can create their calibers and create their experiences. With my own experience, I wanted to tell you a couple of you know uh, people around me who have started their careers and they have reached at a very high level. So at least I know about at least four of my team members who joined me in last 4 5 years. They work with me for 2 3 years, and they are now they are working in a very big multinational companies at a very senior level in, and they have actually done a progression in hardly in 4 to 5 years. So this particular domain is really having a lot of things. There is a lot of opportunities are there, and not only a lot of opportunities, but you can also have a lot of earning as well. So if you can compare a cyber security professional who are earning something in this particular domain, they are definitely earning better than the other domains. So we can earn also a lot. The only thing what is required from you is that you should have a focused approach, you should have a focused attitude, and you should have a learning appetite. So you always required to learn, because cyber security demands that you require to learn a lot of things.